Dear students, in last class, I discussed what is molecularity and what is the unit of rate constant K. What is the unit of rate constant K? Concentration raised to 1 minus n time per time. So, concentration unit is what? Moles per liter 1 minus n. Time is supposed in a second, then it's a per second. If n is equal to 0, then moles per liter per second, zero order reaction. For first order, n is equal to 1, then this term becomes 0 per second or per time. For second order reaction, n is equal to 2, 1 minus 2 means minus 1, moles per liter raised to minus 1 means per mole liter per second. So, these are unit of K. Second, after that, the molecularity. One more thing we have discussed is molecularity. What is molecularity? The number of reacting molecule collides simultaneously in order to form the product. So, ಎಷ್ಟು ಒಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 10 ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಇತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ 10 ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯೂಲ್ ಸೈಮಲ್ಟೇನಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಕೊಲೈಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಂತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So in that case, the reaction which are taking place in a more than one step. Suppose in a first step, the two molecular collide, then the molecularity is 2. In a second step, if 3 molecular collide, then the molecularity is 3. Like that, you have to write the each elementary step. After that, say for each elementary step, we are giving the molecularity. But order is what? Only for the slowest step. Slowest step is the order of the total reaction. So, this thing you have to remember. What is the difference between molecularity and order? Order can be fraction 0, molecularity cannot be fraction or 0. For complex reaction or elementary reaction, order can be given. For complex reaction, molecularity is meaningless. See, the third one is for the complex reaction, for the slowest step, the order is given. For usually, in most of the cases, the molecularity in the slowest step is the order of the reaction. So, yesterday I given the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide in the presence of alkaline media, in the presence of I minus ion, iodide ion in alkaline media. So, that reaction take place in a 2-step. Out of 2-step, the first step is the slow step, that is a rate determining step. So, and we have studied the SN1 and SN2 reaction in alkyl halides also. So, there SN1 reaction taking place in a 2-step. Out of that, first step is the slowest step, that is a rate determining step. For SN2 reaction, the reaction is taking place only one step. Therefore, the rate of the reaction depends upon the concentration of both alkyl halide and base OH minus ion. For in SN1, the rate of the reaction is not depends upon the concentration of the OH minus ion, it depends upon alkyl halide only. Okay, these things you have to remember. So, after that, the one more thing I discussed in my last class was the integrated rate equation. So, the integrated rate equation for zero order reaction, K is equal to R naught minus R divided by T. You are able to derive this equation. For that, what you are needed? You need a differential rate equation. dr by dt is equal to K into R to the power of n. This you have to integrate. Here, n is equal to 0, then R is equal to 1, then integration of dr by what you have to integrate? Dr for zero order reaction, you have to integrate this equation. For first order reaction, n is equal to 1, then R raised to 1 is equal to R. Therefore, what you are to integrate here? Dr by R is equal to, or you can K dt. So, this is a first order for zero order. So, you have to, so only left hand side is different. Here, right hand side, both the sides K dt. Integration of dr is equal to R, integration of dr by R is equal to ln R. Here, integration ln R. Here, R. And integration of k dt minus k dt equal to minus kt, here also minus kt, And one more thing, I, here also you have to add I. Here I value becomes ln R naught. Here I value is R naught. And T is equal to 0, R is equal to R naught. Here I is equal to R naught. In this case, the first order reaction. Sorry, zero order reaction. So here in first order reaction, T is equal to 0 and R is equal to R naught and I is equal to ln R. So, and finally, the Kt is equal to R naught divided by, sorry, Kt is equal to ln R naught divided by R. Or converting into log of base 10, what will get? T is equal to, or K is equal to 2.303 by T log of R naught by R. So, here T is equal to this term, T is equal to R naught by R by T. So, this thing, see, this is the most easy question. So, yeah, definitely you have one question already told in a last class. So, derive the integrated rate equation for either zero order rate zero order or first order. One question is compulsory. Okay. So, all of you have to remember this equation here. R naught is what? R naught is what? Initial concentration. R is a concentration at time t. Suppose you are started with a 0.1 mole and t is equal to 0, 0.1 means R naught is equal to, after 20th minute, the concentration becomes 0.075, this is R naught. Sorry, this is R, this is a R, this is a R naught. And you are started with a 0.1 mole, after 20th minute, the concentration of the reactant is reduces to 0.07 means, see, at T is equal to 20, R is equal to 0.075. So, substitute this value and you can find out the K. K calculate ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. Okay. So, graph. So, sometime the graph are also asking in exam. So, the for first order zero order reaction, what is this one? The R is equal to minus Kt plus R naught, and first order reaction ln R is equal to minus Kt plus ln R naught. These both the equation are what type of equation? Y is equal to mx plus c, y is equal to mx plus c. See, both have the negative slope, both have the negative slope. Intercept, the slope is equal to minus k. So, the what will get? Here R versus time, you will get a straight line like this for zero order reaction. For first order reaction, ln R versus T. So, slope is equal to minus k. Slope is equal to minus k. 2 points log of 10 madre, log of 10, 2.303 log of 10, 2.303 log of 10, or divided by 2.303, what will get? Log of R is equal to minus k T divided by 2.303. Then such a case, slope is equal to k divided by 2.303, which is whether it's a log R or ln R. So, depending upon the slope, you have to find out. If log R, then it's a minus k by 2.303. If R, if ln R, then it's a minus k. Okay. This one more form you can write is for zero order reaction, first order reaction, log of R naught by R, log of my R by naught R is equal to, or ln R naught by R is equal to Kt. Ln R naught. See, this is a y is equal to mx plus spawn. The graph is what? Passing through the origin. Here, slope is equal to k. Here a k. If it's log of R, then it's a 2.303. So, the graph, no need to by heart the graph. You are able to see. I think you have studied in a mathematics. What is the graph for negative? What is the negative slope? What is the y is equal to mx plus c, and y is equal to mx. Why, if it's y is equal to mx, then c is equal to 0 means the graph you have to, the graph is passing through the origin. So, this equation you have to remember. ಈ equation ಅನ್ನು ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಎಚ್ಚೆತ್ತುಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ k ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ you are able to calculate. One problem is given in a textbook. Textbook ನಲ್ಲಿ K calculate ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. You try to solve that problem. What is it for first order reaction? For this reaction, N2O5 giving rise to 2NO2 plus O2. The initial concentration of the initial concentration is 1.24 into 10 to the power of minus 2 moles per liter, and this is a R naught. Initial concentration means R naught, and after 60th minute T is equal to 60 and R is equal to a concentration at 60th minute is given 0.20 into 10 to the power of minus 2 moles per liter. This thing here given. What are these given? The first order reaction. For first order reaction, the concentration is given, initial concentration and the concentration at time 60th minute is given. Calculate, asked to calculate K. What is this equation? K is equal to 2.303 by T log of R naught by R. Log of R naught by R. Here the time is given, asked to calculate the T is in a 60 minute. So no need to convert it into a second. Many students are doing that type of mistake. See, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಮೋಲ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ ಲೀಟರು, ಅದು SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕು. ನಮಗೆ ಹಾಗೇನಿಲ್ಲ. Can use the any unit. Here time is equal to 60 and R log of R naught by R. So here concentration may be in any unit because this is a ratio. You can take in a percentage or moles or gram, but condition is what? Both should be in the same unit. ನಮಗೆ ಇದು ಮೋಲ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ ಲೀಟರ್ ನಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಬೇಕಂತನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲಾಗ್ ಆಫ್ initial concentration is 1.24 into 10 to the power of minus 2 and concentration R is 0.20 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Minus 2 get cancelled. So 0.2, 6.2. So log of 6.2. See what you will get? 2.303 into 6.2 divided by 60. You will get the answer in so this minute becomes what you get per minute. You will get the answer in 0.0304 per minute. So this is a unit of K per minute. So time is given in a minute, the K is in per minute. So this type of problem you are able to solve. ನಿಮಗೆ K ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಬಹುದು, sometime this may be R is given in a percentage. 20% is reacted. 20% is reacted or 80% is reacted. Suppose 80% is reacted in a 20 minutes. Calculate the K. 80% is reacted in a 80% is reacted in a 20 minutes. Calculate K. Then how do you do? How do you calculate the K? So K is equal to 2.303 in 20 minutes. T is equal to 20 log of 20% is cleared, react, 80% is reacted means the initial concentration we have to take and it's a 100%, and 80% reacted means the remaining concentration is 20. Remaining concentration is 20. So you will get a log of pi. Log of pi is equal to 0.6990. 2.303 into 6990 by 20 is equal to, it's a 20 minute ಅಂತ ಇದ್ರೆ the K you will get in a per minute. So this type of problem you are able to calculate. So ಕೇಳಿದ್ರು ಕೇಳಬಹುದು. But the one derivation of the rate constant, integrated rate constant, that is compulsory. The problem may ask, that is so in a chemical kinetics you usually have a 2 marks problem. So the problem may this type also. They may ask to calculate the K or T for first order reaction. So only you have to write the formula and substitute the value. So only the T 2.303 by T log of R naught by R. Suppose R naught is initial concentration is given in a moles and R should also in a moles only. If R is given in a percentage, R naught is in percentage, R should be what? It should be also percentage. But remember, R is the concentration of the reactant at left at time t. If 30% is reacted, means R is equal to 70%. Point out of 0.25 mole, 0.25 mole, 0.1 mole is reactant in the 10 means R is equal to what? 0.15. See, what is R? R is the concentration of the reactant at time t. ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಿ. ನಾವು 0.1 ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಆರ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದು ಆರ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಆರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು? ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಟಿ. ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ಸೊ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ದ ಕೆ. Here example, suppose that CH2 double bond CH2 ethene plus H2 giving rise to CH3 single bond CH3. This is a first order with respect to ethene. What is the rate equation? Rate equal to K into molar concentration of ethene raised to 1, hydrogen raised to 0. ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಇದೆ? ಈಥೀನ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಇದೆ. therefore it's a first order reaction. You can give the number of examples here. At least one example you have to remember. See, after that ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ we shall move to the one more concept, half life period. I think this is clear. All of you have to remember first the most basic thing what you have to do is you are able to derive the equation. Derive ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು? The rate law, differential rate law ಬೇಕು. What is the differential rate law? Minus dr by dt. So compulsory ಏನು ಬರೀಬೇಕು? Minus dr. This r you have to write in a square bracket only. That you have to remember. Most of the students are making the mistake there. And by r. For dr by r is equal to what? Dr by dt is equal to k into r raised to n. Dr by dt is equal to k into r raised to n. So, n is the order, first order ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? This is the first step. Derive ಮಾಡಿ. All of you have to try to derive the equation. Okay. After that, the problem. Next is half-life period, half-life of a reaction. So in a textbook, half-life of reaction. Half period means time. Period means time. So what time is what? T half. It's represented by T half. What is the time? The time required. It says half-life period is the time in which concentration of the reactant reduced to half of its initial concentration. What is the half-life period? It's a time. So definitely it is a time in which the concentration of the what? Reactant is reduces to half of its initial concentration. You know what is initial concentration? Initial concentration, we are writing a R naught. R naught is a initial concentration when T is equal to 0. If T is equal to T half, R is equal to R naught by 2. Concentration ಎಷ್ಟಾಗಬೇಕು? You know T half ದಲ್ಲಿ concentration ಎಷ್ಟು ಉಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು? R naught by 2. That's R is equal to R naught by 2. The time required to reduce its concentration half of its initial value. Half of its initial value. Suppose 1 mole ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, you are started with 1 mole. The time required to react a 0.5 mole is called half-life period. See, this is called half-life period. So, see, we shall derive what is the half-life period for zero order and what is the half-life period for first order. For zero order, see what is the rate equation? K is equal to R naught minus R divided by T. If T is equal to T half, R is equal to R naught by 2. This you have to remember. Then what happens? K is equal to, or T half is equal to, you can write it's a T half. We are deriving the for T half, R naught minus R naught by 2 divided by K. R naught minus R naught by 2 is equal to R naught by 2. What will you get? R naught by 2K. T half is equal to R naught by 2K. Here K is a constant. Therefore, T half is directly proportional to R naught. For zero order reactions, this you have to remember, for only zero order reaction, T half is directly proportional to initial concentration of the reactant. ಅಂದರೆ suppose ನಿಮಗೆ 1 mole ಇದೆ, 1 mole, its a half life period is 20 minutes. If it is 2 mole, half life period is 40 minutes. It's a 0.5 mole, its half life period is 10 minutes. Half life period is directly proportional to initial concentration of the reactant for zero order reaction. ನೋಡಿ ನೀವು half life period ಅನ್ನು ಮೆಜರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ you can find out its order also. This is one of the method. For zero order reaction, what is the half life period? T half is equal to R naught divided by 2K. R naught divided by 2K. Here what shows? T half is directly proportional to initial concentration of the reactant. See, after that, the one more thing is for first order reaction. You look for first order reaction. For first order reaction, what is the rate equation for first order reaction? K is equal to 2.303 by T log of R naught divided by R. So all of you have to remember. First of all, you are able to derive this equation, and after that you have to remember this equation. For zero order reaction, what happens for first order reaction? So if T is equal to T half, then R is equal to R naught by 2. R naught by 2. So the time required to reduce the concentration half of its initial value. So ಇಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ you can still look this reaction. So apply this value. K is equal to 2.303 by, or you can write T half is equal to 2.303 by K log of R naught by R. Log of R naught by R. So log of R naught by R by 2. Because R is equal to R naught by 2. What will get cancelled? Is equal to 2.303 by K log of 2. T half is equal to, or substitute log of 2 is equal to 0.3010. On multiplying 2.303 into 0.3010, you will get 0.693 by K. T half is equal to 0.693 by K. For zero order, T half is equal to R naught divided by 2K for first order reaction. Look this first order expression, half life period expression. There is no concentration term. The concentration term idralli illa. What does that means? Half life period of the first order reaction is independent of initial concentration. Whatever the initial concentration may be, half life period is same. Suppose you have the 100 to 50 is a first half. 52 at 25, second half life period. 25 to at 12.5, third half life period. All these are same. Time required to convert the reactor 50% is equal to time required for reaction of next 25%, time required for reacting the next 12.5%, time required for the reaction of next 6.25%, 6.25%. These are the same. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ 100 ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 50 ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕೋ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಟೈಮು 1 ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಅರ್ಧ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಬೇಕು. That is the half life period is independent of initial concentration. So this you have to remember. Many a time 1 marks question is asked. So the half life period is independent of concentration and the what is the order of the reaction? Many students are doing the mistake. They are writing the zero order. No, it's a first order. For zero order reaction, half life period is directly proportional to initial concentration. ನಿಮಗೆ 1 ಮೋಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಹಾಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡು 1 ಮೋಲು 0.5 ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಫ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡು ಎಷ್ಟು 10 ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಇತ್ತಂದರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಜೀರೋ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ, ಇದು 2 ಇದ್ದದ್ದು 1 ಆಗಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 10 ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಇತ್ತಂದರೆ ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು 20 ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಜೀರೋ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್. ನೋಡಿ, I will repeat this one. Suppose you have started with 1 mole. The time required to reduce the 0.5 mole is 10 minutes. If you have started with the 2 mole, the time required to convert it into 2 mole to 1 mole, then it's a 10 minutes, it's 20 minutes. Then it's a half life period is directly proportional to initial concentration. Therefore, it's a zero order reaction. Suppose it is 10 minute mole only, then it's a first order. Half life period is independent of initial concentration. 1 ಇದ್ದು ಅರ್ಧ ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಟೈಮು, 2 ಇದ್ದು 1 ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಬೇಕು. Clear? Okay. Now, this sometime in exam they are asked to derive this equation, or sometime they are asked to show that how the half life period of the first order reaction is independent of initial concentration. You ತೋರಿಸಿ and show that. ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, the half life period expression does not contain a concentration term. For that you have to derive this equation. First of all, you have to write the integrated rate equation. After that, T is equal to T half, R is equal to R naught by 2, and substitute with the value, what will get? K is equal to, sorry, T half is equal to 0.693 by 0.693 by K. See, finally you have to write this expression does not contain any concentration term. Therefore, it's a half life period of the first order reaction is independent of initial concentration. So, this thing you have to remember for your exam point. Sometimes the problem also asking in this chapter. Say K is equal to 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 minute. 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 3 minute per minute, sorry, minus 3 per minute. K is equal to K and it should be per minute. So calculate the half life period. Half life period is equal to what? 0.693 by 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 3. Then it's 10 to the power of minus 3 means it goes to the plus 3. Then 1 point divide it, you will get an answer in a minute. Answer in a half time and ಯಾವುದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಬೇಕು, second, minute or half life period per time. Sorry, rate constant is per time. Unit for the rate constant for the first order reaction, it's a per time, and half life period will get a time. So unit is also very important. You should write the unit. So this is the easy problem, the most easy problem. So definitely many a time this question is asked in your previous exam. See, calculate the half life period or calculate the rate constant. See, rate constant is given, calculate the you are asked to calculate the half life period. If half life period is given, you are asked to calculate the rate constant, but unit you have to write. So no need to, so remember one thing you have to remember, no need to convert it into sub-second or second, because so here in chemistry we are not only looking the your result in SI unit. Any unit is okay, but you have to write the answer in what the unit they are provided. If the time is given in a minute and rate constant should be in a per minute. Okay. So this one more problem. You look there in the textbook they have given one more problem here for half life period. They asked to show that question is like that. Show that T 99%, 0.9%. T 99.9% is 10 times of T 50%. T 99% is 10 times of T 50%. So, how do you show? You know what is the T 50%? T 50% or half life period, T 50% is equal to 2.303 by K log of R naught divided by log of R naught by 2. Suppose, or you can say, if it's a 100%, it's a 50%. Like that also you can take. R naught by 2 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. See what you will get? Log of 2. Log of 2 is equal to what? Log of 2 is equal to 0.3010. Okay. And T 99.9% is equal to 2.303 by K. K is same log of what? 100. 99.9% completion means R is equal to 0.1. R is the what? If 99.9% completed means R is equal to 0.1. You have to remember. So, R is equal to 0.1 divided by 0.1 is equal to what? 2.303 by K log of 1000. Log of 0.1 100 divided by 0.1 is equal to 1000. Log of 1000 is equal to what? 3. Log of 3000 is equal to 3. So, this by this T 99.9 divided by T 50% is equal to, see this term get cancelled, this term gets cancelled, sorry, this term. See what will left? 3 divided by 0.3010 is equal to almost 10 times. This shows that T 99.9% is 10 times of T 50%. Okay. Suppose T 99% what happens? T 99%. So, T 99% what happens? T 99% is equal to 2.303 by T log of 99 means 100 divided by 1. 99% completion means R is equal to 1. R is equal to 1. So, log of 100 is equal to 2. Here what will get? What will get? T 99% divided by T 50% is equal to T 99% equal to log of 100 equal to 2 divided by 0.3010. So, almost 7 or 6.6 like this. So, almost 6.66 time is required for 99.9%. Suppose you are asked to calculate T 75%. How many times? T 75% is equal to what? T 75% is equal to K, sorry, 2.303 by K log of 100 divided by 25. 75% reacted means R is equal to 25%. Therefore, is equal to 4. See, log of 4 is equal to, sorry, so T 50% is equal to what? T 50% is equal to 2.303 by T log of 2. Log of 2, 75% equal log of 4. Log of 4 is equal to what? 2 log of 2. Log 2 log of 2. So, get cancelled, this get cancelled. T 75% by T 50% is equal to 2. That means the T 75% is a 2 times of T 50%. So, these things you are able to calculate. ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಇಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ, T 87.5% ಇತ್ತಂದರೆ T 87.5% ಇದ್ದರೆ T 87.5% is equal to 2.303 by K log of R is a 100%. 87.5 ಅಂದರೆ 12.5 is a R. So, R naught is 100, R is equal to 12.5. 12.5 means 8. 8 ಅಂದರೆ 4 log of 2. 4 log of 2. Sorry, 3 log of 2. 3 log of 2. 8 is a 2 to the power of 3. 3 log of 2. See, for T 50% log of 2. log of 2 get cancelled. Therefore, T 87.5% equal to 3 into T 50%. So, for shortcut method in CET and competitive exam, the shortcut method is required to calculate the time. There you have to use this equation. Okay, T 50% is very important factor. By knowing the T 50%, you can find out the what is the order of reaction. Order anna calculate malike agಬೇಕು. See, one thing you have to remember is in half-life period is what is half-life period? For first zero order reaction, half-life period is directly proportional to initial concentration. I will repeat this again. For zero order reaction, half-life period is independent of initial concentration. For first order reaction, half-life period is, sorry, I got confused. So for zero order reaction is half-life period is directly proportional to initial concentration. For first order reaction is half-life period is independent of initial concentration. Whatever the concentration, the half-life period is same. Okay. After that, one more the term we are going to discuss is pseudo first order reaction. Pseudo first order reaction. Pseudo first order reaction. So, by altering the experimental condition, you can change the order of the reaction also. By altering the experimental condition, you can change the order. We shall discuss one example here. See, what is this compound? CH3COC2H5. All you have to remember, what is this class of a compound? Ethyl, so it's ester. What is this ester? Ethyl acetate, other day I'll discuss, plus water. In acidic media, it hydrolysis means addition of water, H plus and OH minus, addition of H plus and OH minus. So, see what you'll get, the H plus is goes to the carboxylic, OH is goes to carboxylic acid, H plus is goes to CH3, CH2, OH. So, ethanol, acetic acid, ethyl alcohol and acetic acid will get. So, here, suppose you have taken the reactant, water is large excess, 10 mole of water, 0.01 mole of this one. So, suppose you are started with a 0.01 mole of ethyl acetate. If T is equal to 0, initial concentration, this is 0.01 mole. Let's say this is a 10 mole of water. The product concentration is 0 at a time T. At the th minute, suppose this is all these are reacted, its concentration becomes 0 and this concentration becomes 9.99 and it's a 0.01. See, 1 mole of this reacted with a 1 mole of this to form a 1 mole of this and 1 mole of the ethanol. Suppose 0.01 mole of ethyl acetate react with a 0.01 mole of water. 0.01 mole of water giving rise to 0.101 mole of acetic acid and ethanol. This is the stoichiometry case. Now, what is the rate equation equal to? Rate is equal to K dash. I can take the K instead of K dash into molar concentration of ethyl acetate into molar concentration of water. Ethyl acetate and water. See, you look the molar concentration of the water. Initial concentration at the time T. The concentration is almost constant. It is not changes with the time. Almost constant. 10 is equal to almost 99.99%. Therefore, this is constant. This is also constant. Therefore, we are taking the another constant K into a molar concentration of ethyl acetate. So this is the rate equation. So here the rate of the reaction is not depends upon the concentration of the water. It's almost constant. However, now the reaction becomes first order. Actually, it is not a first order reaction. Because of you have taken the concentration of water in large excess, the change in molar concentration of the water is neglected. So now the higher order reaction becomes the first order. Such a reaction are called a pseudo first order reaction. A pseudo first order reaction usually one of the reactant itself is solvent also. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟರು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟು ಆಗಬೇಕು. ವಾಟರ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನೇ ತಗೊಂಡು ನೀವು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. Water is a solvent as well as reactant. Because of that, you have taken the water in a large excess. Now, the change in molar concentration of the water is neglected. Therefore, the reaction becomes first order with respect to ethyl acetate and zero order with respect to water. Now, total order of the reaction becomes first order. Such a reaction are called pseudo first order reaction. ನೀವು ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ, ಅನ್ನ ಮತ್ತು ಸಾರು ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಪ್ರಪೋರ್ಷನಲ್ ಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸಾರನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನೇ ಇದೆ, ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನು ಸಾರಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಊಟ ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಕರಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೇಕನ್ ಇನ್ ಎ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಎಕ್ಸಸ್ ದ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಸಾಲ್ವೆಂಟ್ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್ ಆಸ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್. Therefore, now further change in the concentration of the water has no effect. New, almost constant. The concentration of the water is almost constant. So therefore, it's a constant. Now, the rate equation is what is modified to this one. See, another example is inversion of cane sugar. Inversion. What is that one? Inversion of cane sugar. Cane sugar is what? C12H22O11 plus water. Hydrolysis in acidic media, you will get C6H12O6 plus C6H12O6. One is a glucose, another is a fructose. This is called inversion. Inversion of cane sugar. Why it's called inversion? Because this is a dextrose small d. It rotates a plane polarized right to the right. It gives a dextroglucose. Its rotation is about plus 19 and it's a minus 57 fructose. But net rotation becomes negative. Before hydrolysis, it's a dextrose. After hydrolysis, it's become the product has a negative rotation, because the negative rotation is fructose is higher than the magnitude of the negative rotation of the fructose is higher than the positive rotation of glucose. The net rotation of the product is minus, then hence it's called inversion of cane sugar. It is an example for a pseudo first order reaction. See, for point of examination, all of you are able to give at least one example. One is a acid hydrolysis of ester and inversion of cane sugar. In many exams, this question is asked, what is pseudo first order reaction, and give an example. Actually, in a textbook, they are not given any clear definition about the pseudo first order reaction. But you can define. How do you define? The higher order reaction can be converted into first order reaction. A, B, C, D, ಮೂರು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡೇ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೂರು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ, 4 ಇದೆ ಅಂತಲಿ, ಅಥವಾ 3 ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಲಿ. ಆಗ ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದರ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಎರಡನ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಒಂದರ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. 4 ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 3 ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗೇನಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, the higher order reaction can be converted into first order by taking all the reactant in except one, or you can define here like this also. The molecularity is 2 or more, but order is 1. Such a reaction are called pseudo first order reaction. But in a textbook, they not given any clear definition, but they illustrated by taking the example. Example ಕೊಟ್ಟು illustrate ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಇಂಥ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ನಾವು pseudo first order reaction ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದನ್ನ? acid hydrolysis of ethyl acetate. Here what you are seeing, the concentration of the water ನಾಟ್ ಚೇಂಜಸ್, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಉಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವಾಟರ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕಾಲಿಂಗ್ ಎಸ್, ಆವಾಗ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಇದೆ, ದ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಯುವರ್ ethyl acetate. Such a reaction is called pseudo first order reaction. See, acid hydrolysis, what is one? Acid hydrolysis of ethyl acetate or inversion of cane sugar. All are, you have to remember. Okay? This is the concentration effect. How the concentration effect. Then temperature effect, catalyst effect are there. It's a small, one period is sufficient for that one. So this is the mainly what? How the concentration effect on the rate of the reaction. Here, what are the things we have discussed? The rate law. You are able to write the rate law, simple rate law, differential rate law. After that, water. After that, molecularity. After that, unit for the rate constant K. After that, derivation of two rate equation. And finally, pseudo first order reaction and half-life period. So, almost 90% it's covered in the chemical kinetics. See, all of you are able to write the answer. I think this is a very easy chapter. So, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನೇ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ 8 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ನ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸೊ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಪೇಪರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, anyway, we shall see in a next class. We shall discuss how the temperature effect on the rate of the reaction in next class. Okay, thank you.